All right, what we going by?
I'm TJ, Jeneé, either one.
All right, TJ, put your right hand up and your left hand on your word, wherever you decide your word is.
Wait, my word? What you mean?
Wherever you decide your word is, you about to make a promise. So
okay.
Put on your word.
Okay, my word.
Cool, I like that. Hold it just like that. Do you solemnly agree that we can post this across all of our social media platforms?
Agreed.
Is there anything, and I do mean anything, that is off limits you don't want us to ask you about?
Nope, I'm an open book.
If we do ask you something that's off limits, do you understand? You can tell us, no, it's off limits, I don't want to talk about it.
Gotcha.
All right, cool, let's get it.
Damn, right before I was about to say it. Okay, literally, it's no pressure. I'm your host, Bangem Bugg.
It's your girl, just came for real.
And we got a special guest. She already introduced herself, so tell us where you originally from.
I am from Starkville, Mississippi.
Nice. I saw that Mississippi area code.
Yeah.
How you end up,
Go ahead.
How you end up here?
I literally, well, I've been moving around, like, since I was, like, 17, 18, I've been moving around. I think by the time I turned 21, I had to move, like, to the coast of Mississippi to Gulfport. And then from there, I moved to Mobile, Alabama. I was there for a while, worked in the school. And then one day I just woke up in the middle of the night, and so I'm just like, hey, it's time for something more. It's time for you to get up out of here. And everybody know, like, Mississippi ain't nowhere to, no, like, you can't get nowhere there. So I just woke up in the middle of the night. I ain't got no kids, nothing holding me back. I packed up all my shit, and I was just like, let's go.
So I see your ring. You married?
No, this is a promise ring to myself. It's a promise ring to myself. So I've been in previous relationships where I allowed people to make me feel less than, and this is like a vow to myself to remember that I'm the prize. I'm not gonna allow anybody else to, make me feel the way about myself. And until this replaces, it's gonna stay on this thing.
Yes.
So what was the guy doing? Like, just...
Woman.
Oh, a girl?
Yeah, it was a woman.
Oh,
what was he doing? Women.
So you only date girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part. I mean, it's been a while since I've dated a guy, but.
You said you only date. What did you ask her?
Women.
Yeah, she only dated.
Oh, okay. So the guys was doing you wrong, so you went to women?
So I never really had an attraction to guys. That's the bad part.
So it was girls that was doing you wrong?
Yeah, that was doing me dirty, girl.
Okay.
It's worse, actually.
I mean, I
wouldn't be surprised.
I'd be like, why don't you just date a guy if girls do all that crazy shit like that?
I never thought about even committing to no girl, so yeah, I would imagine it is worse.
Don't do it.
It's
too much. The emotions run high, and when I tell you, like, it's different with women, because you're like, you know what? You ain't no man. We can fight.
I will beat your ass.
Yeah. Like, what you want to do? But for the most part, like, yeah, it was the women that was taking me down through this.
Damn. But you be ready to love them, it seems like.
I'm such a simp. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm such a simp. And don't get me wrong, I didn't do my fucked up shit too, but.
Like what?
Like entertain other females, get myself caught up in that, or, prioritizing the wrong thing, not prioritizing my relationship. So I didn't fucked up in some areas. I ain't perfect, but like I said, I'm a simp. I be ready to love on motherfuckers all day.
Okay.
You're like, well, this just something simple. Let's just get past this. We can move on from this. It ain't like you know what? I ain't gonna say I cheated, because in a sense, in a form, that is still cheating, so.
Anything you start to hide, that's cheating.
Yep.
If you do it,
right.
I agree. It's cheating.
So what make women prioritize to where they be like, this is important, let me put my energy into this?
Well, for me, what I was doing, I was prioritizing, like, my friends. Like, I had a better relationship with my friends than I did with my girlfriend at the time, or my fiance at the time. And she noticed, like, dang, like, you spend so much time with your friends. Like, when am I going to get that time? But it was different because they understood me. And I felt like I didn't have nobody at home that understood me. And, like, I could tell her one thing, and it's just, like, it'll go on one ear and out the other. And it's just, like, well, why are you spending time with them? Well, they get me. They understand me. They're people that I could talk to on the regular. And it feels like home when you're, when you have somebody that's, like, family to you. They're your friends. And, like, I got 3 sisters. Only one of those sisters I talk to. And we really don't even talk on the regular enough, So when I have close girlfriends that are like my sisters, like, it's like family to me. So I had a habit of doing that.
I was like, dang, I lost my question. I'm gonna think about it.
Wasn't important?
It was.
Okay, did you grow with both your parents?
So I grew up with my mom and my stepdad. My real dad was in jail all my life. He actually just got out of jail when I turned like 21, 22.
What do you do?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a street nigga. He was selling drugs. That's what he did, you know. And one of his friends flipped on him, and he had to go down through it.
Flipped on him, like told on him.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
Usually, if it's something else, girls they won't say. Like if it's rape or some shit, they'll be like, oh.
I don't think it had nothing to do with it. But I know for sure, like, the drug dealing shit was definitely, that's exactly what it was. And I got, my oldest sister is 35, so he's been in and out of jail since my sister was a baby. And me and my sister 7 years apart. So just think about how long he been doing this, you get what I'm saying? And he found him the last time he went, he was in there for a while. And he was up in there for like, I want to say like 13 years. But everybody fucked with him. Everybody knew him. So he got out on pass. He got to come home whenever he wants to. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of, hey, I'm telling you.
That's some Mississippi shit.
That's some Mississippi shit.
Say he got to come home when he got to.
Yeah. Like, everybody
I need to go see my baby Melvin, bro. Can you,
Everybody, when I tell you, everybody knew my daddy, like, and he hadn't got so close with, like, the POs, everybody. So they basically just let him do what he wanted to do.
Wow.
That's some
No
Mississippi
wonder.
shit. Yeah.
So he might got kids while he was sentenced, right? Think so?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I do know, well, me and all my other sisters, we are all around the same age. So it was in between the time he was out and, you know, just was being a Rolling Stone. So he was in and out of jail. So I think he got out of jail and he ended up cheating on my mom and had my middle sister. And then my next to middle sister before the older sister, I think he was still out of jail, and he ended up cheating on my mom again. Like he took my mama down through it.
Was just different women, or he was like taking her money and shit like that?
I don't know. My mama never really gave me the backstory that deep, so I don't really know. I know she was like, your daddy took me down through there. He was a hoe. I was like, you say that, but the only thing I know, he only got 2 other kids by one other woman, so. Maybe he was just, torn in between the two. That's all I can think of. Shit.
Not torn in between the two. So I
didn't know what he wanted.
I was gonna say with your last person, or with the person he was referring to, where you could hang out with your friends and not your girl. What even made you want to be with her then? If you felt like you couldn't even be with yourself around her.
Well, at first it wasn't like that. At first it was all cool. And you want to know something? I think it all came down to like a controlling thing. Like she didn't want me going out. She didn't want me hanging with my friends too much. Like even if I didn't go out and I just be like, hey, y'all can come over here. We can kick shit, drink some wine, and then I send y'all back on home. Like she wasn't even enjoying that. I think it all came down to like a control thing. And now now that we're not together, like I've assessed the whole relationship. What I did wrong. I done reflected. I've come to the realization, like, she's a narcissist.
That's what it sounded like when you said that.
Yeah, she's a narcissist.
Oh, she was crazy.
Fucking psycho. Psycho, man. She's sad.
I've been with one of them. That's bad.
It ain't fun, is it?
It's not fun at all.
No, it's not.
Okay. The most traumatic experience as a child?
Traumatic. I want to say probably getting molested. I was 9 years old when I got molested by my mom's great aunt's son, and he was
your cousin.
Yep, he was my cousin, and I remember, and it's crazy because a couple years ago, me and my ex-fiance went to the beach, and we went to the park, and I seen these little girls doing gymnastics, and that's when I got molested. I was in the process of doing gymnastics. I was there being watched while my mom was at work, and still to this day, my mom and my dad, they don't know nothing about this, nothing. Like I open up to people about it, like me and my mom don't really have that much of a relationship, so she don't really know. But I was about 9, and his mom had left, and so it was just me, him, and his brother. His brother was in the room asleep, and I was young, so my favorite thing was showing people what I knew how to do because I was in gymnastics. I knew everything, like how to do backflips, tumbling, splits, all that. And one day he was just like you could tell, like I could tell something was wrong with him, something was off with him. And one day he was just like, show me that little gymnastics thing that you were doing. And when I did it, I was like, I can do something else too. And I did it on the wall that time. And when I did it on the wall is when, this is when it happened. So yeah, that was probably one of the most traumatic experiences. But I feel like I've gotten to a place now where I've let it go. Like, for a long time, like, I couldn't forgive him, but, you know, I'm a person of forgiveness. I have such a big heart. And so I forgave him, but I was sitting at the park and I was seeing those girls and I just burst out into tears because I was like, that was me, happy and free, you know, doing these things, excited to show people what I was able to do, you know, I was so flexible. And I just burst out into tears. I was just like, they are so innocent. And it reminded me when I was just an innocent child and that was all I wanted to do was just show off my skills.
So after that, it changed you?
I won't necessarily say it changed me, but I kind of went into like this space of like hermit mode for a while. Like my mom didn't really know what was going on. Started acting out at school. Like it was a lot going on up top that nobody really knew what was going on. And even like my mom thought like they even took me to the doctor. They thought maybe something was wrong with me, and I was just thinking to myself like, only if y'all knew. But I was so scared because I knew it was wrong, but I was scared to say anything because he's a big guy. And I was just like, what if he wanted to hurt me? Or what if he wanted to hurt my mom? Because my mom, like, I'm sure she was going to say something to him, you know. And I was
how old was he?
I honestly can't tell you. I think he may have been maybe in his late 30s at the time.
Damn. I thought she was going to be like 18.
Yeah, teenager or something. Wow.
No, he was in his late 30s.
So that nigga old now?
Yeah, and what's crazy, a couple of years ago, I went to my hometown and I seen him in the store. And he spoke to me, and I just froze up. And I was just like, let me get out of here.
That nigga with a brick.
I didn't know what to do. You know, it frightened me because I had a flashback when I seen him. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go.
When you froze, could you tell like did he have a reaction?
He didn't have a reaction, but it was almost as if he pretended like he didn't know what he did. It was one of those type of things.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, like nothing ever happened. And I was just like, I was confused. I was just like, you're going to sit here and pretend like everything's all goody two shoes and you're going to speak? Okay. So I was
not and spoke to me.
Yeah. He thought shit was cool. I was just like, yeah, I got to get up out of here. Because I honestly, you never know, like, when people aren't healed from traumatic experiences, like, they can snap out at any time. And, you know, it's never happened to me, thank God, but it was just one of those thoughts in the moment. I was like, I don't know what I'll do. But, yeah, that was probably one of the most traumatic.
Okay, a time you felt bad doing what's best for you.
All the fucking time.
Okay.
I'm such an empath all the time. All the time. I always feel like I can save everybody. I can, you know, take care of everybody but myself. And when I do something for myself, I'm just like, you know, why didn't you do this for them instead? Like, why you didn't put them first?
You gonna let that go?
Girl, I'm in the process of doing it now. I'm freshly like single. So now, matter of fact, from the narcissist I was telling you about, you know, so now I'm in that place of like loving myself a little bit more and putting me first now.
How long did it take you to leave?
Oh man, I'm just gonna say it took me a while because every time there was a fuck up or every time there was some type of disrespect or every time there was a physical altercation, she reeled me back in. Every time.
Changed a little bit.
Yep, just for the time
a
being.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, just enough to get me back and it'll be the same shit all over again. And I'll be like, dang, when is this gonna change? And then I'll be like, okay, I'm packing my shit, I'm ready to go. And I promise, I'm begging on your knees, boo-hoo crying and begging. Like, they pull that kind of stunt, you know, to keep you there for a little while. That
like
changed
years?
a little bit. We was on together for like 3 years, but it changed so fast. Like, you know how people say that first year you really get to go in that puppy phase, that, you know, that puppy love. Yeah, that shit lasted for like 6 months. And from that point on, it was straight disrespect.
Torment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she told me one day, she was like, I was like, why do you want to make things so inconvenient for me? And she was like, because you deserve it. So you want to make everything in my life to be inconvenient. You take my keys off my keychain so I can't get in the door. Now I got to call you to come get me. Now it's like I have to rely on you to do things. And that's part of, you know, narcissistic traits. They want to feel needed. So, yeah.
Hell nah. Not telling me to my face because you just...
Man.
Oh, you serious?
So the cheating, so you saying basically the cheating shit made her do all that crazy shit, like?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I was cheating. A narcissist it's just a narcissist, period, point blank. I don't care what you do to them. That's just them.
So they do that even if you just wholesome, good person. They still gonna do crazy
There
shit.
was a phase where I wasn't talking to anybody. She had my password. This girl even had my password to my email.
This was before or after you cheated on her?
I wouldn't say I cheated. I just
I was entertaining.
Well, yeah, I was entertaining
That's
other people,
cheating.
but I had my reasons. Okay, when we first got into a relationship, she was pleading her case to her ex-girlfriend, saying that she wasn't talking to anybody, and that was a week and a half in.
Yeah.
So I had my reasons for still entertaining people. You get what I'm saying? I was like, well, maybe she need to tie some loose ends. I know I can. If I'm ready to be committed, I can cut anybody off at any point. You know, and.
So she over here still fucking with people. And
Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, she don't take me serious enough, so why should I? And so she took it to heart when I did it, you know.
It take a month. I be feeling like it take a month or two for a person just all the way in.
All the way in. Yeah, that's why I allow her to tie up those little strings, but I mean, I feel like she ain't really had no way to be mad at me, you know, just for returning the favor, right?
We was chilling.
Yeah.
So she was with you because the other girl really didn't want her.
I don't know. I honestly
She
don't
was
know.
pleading her case, right?
Yeah, she was pleading her case to the other girl, basically saying that she was single.
But
So
it's because she wanted her, right?
I guess. I would guess so. I mean, why else would you be pleading your case to somebody that you know, no longer with? You know, she posted me on social media, and the girl was like, well, she didn't actually really post me. You could see my feet, and you could see me walking, but there was nobody else around in the area. And so the girl automatically was like, you know, us women, we're not retarded. We're not stupid. Like, we can peep shit out real easy. And the girl, you know, started spazzing out on it, and I was getting out the shower. And I walked downstairs. I'm like, damn, what shit? I'm trying to be, you know, freaky and stuff. I just fresh out the shower. And I hear her talking. I'm like, damn, am I tripping? So I go downstairs. She's sitting on the back porch talking to the man. I won't with nobody. I swear to God, I'm saying I don't talk to nobody. I was like, okay. And I didn't say nothing to her for a while about it. You know, I just kept that shit in. I didn't say nothing for a while. But when I did say something, she was like, okay, so now I understand. But that was no excuse for her to start being narcissistic and being disrespectful and controlling and physical. There wasn't no excuse for all that, because I completely cut everything out at one point, you know, and was literally being so nice, cooking, cleaning, you know, running your bath water, anything you wanted me to do, you know, just to show you that I appreciate you, I love you, you know, anything like that. And it wasn't enough. That's just them narcissistic traits, man.
Mine was on the same type of shit though. Like,
really?
When we
I'm
in the
not
beginning,
surprised.
like I had a trip. We met like right before our birthday, so we both was Leos. It was a July Leo and an August Leo. It's a July Leo?
No, it's an August Leo.
Oh damn, that hurt my heart. But mine was a July Leo. Right before our birthdays, we met. I already had a trip to Canada planned, and so when I went to Canada, he went to New York, where he was from. He went, linked up with his ex. I wasn't sure because I didn't really want to be with nobody anyway. Yeah. But he was with the girl. The girl that had a bad dream and everything. Like, I had a dream with this girl, me.
That intuition.
And he told her, like, no, I'm not. Da, da, da. I was telling her all the time we're not together. And she called my phone eventually. Yeah. And was like, I heard we have the same boyfriend, or we share the same boyfriend. I was like, no, girl, that's your nigga. He cheating. Like, straight up, like, no, get him.
Oh, man.
I don't even want him to be here this long.
Man.
Get him. He won't leave. And yeah, like, but yeah, he was on the same type of shit.
Man, you gotta watch out for them women that be intuitive. Cause they be knowing.
She knew. She woke up crying in her sleep.
Yeah.
And then I'm over here calling from Canada trying to tell the niggas I had lost a lot of I lost my whole purse in Canada.
Oh man.
And luckily I left my passport at the Airbnb and shit. And I had like another card and stuff, some cash. But I lost like my debit card and some more shit out there. But I'm calling him to tell him what happened. He ain't answering the phone for like a day. Like, then he gonna say, oh, I left my phone in my cousin's car. You're lying, nigga. No, there's no way you
left. The girl already done called me and put me on game.
No, it was after. By the time I came back home, she hit me up and shit. She like, yeah, I heard that. I'm like, nah, I don't even want this nigga. Like, please come get him. But, and I even told her, I was like, girl, I would have brought you out here. I would have flew you out here if I didn't think you would have tried to fight me.
No, for real.
And she started laughing. I'm like, exactly, bitch. I'm not stupid. Yeah. But I would have come on because I don't even want the nigga. I ain't tripping. And if both of y'all gonna work and I could fucking chill and do my thing and I could control the purse, yeah, that's fine.
Say less.
Yeah.
People who cheat though, they really not good at it. It's just like so many signs.
Yeah.
So,
then they get mad once they get caught.
Yeah, mad at you.
Mad at you
because you mad at me because you got. It's cool when they do it.
It's a problem when I do it. No, for real.
No, for real.
Damn.
Okay, it's a quote I found. It says, it's easier to be loyal to other people than myself. What y'all think about that? Speak on it.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
A lot of times, you know, I feel like that is true with a lot of people. A lot of us are people pleasers, you know. We do what we can for people, and, you know, we put ourselves on the back burner. So I can agree with that.
I just grew out of that shit. I mean, say the thing again. Say the quote again.
Okay, it's easier to be loyal to other people than to myself.
After that situation with the narcissist, so I was in that for like 3 years, and during that, people had like that intuition feeling that I was in a fucked up situation, but they were so bothered by the thought of me being in that situation that it was like, man, I ain't even gonna fuck with her. Like, I can't even talk to her because I don't like what she might be putting herself through and shit like that. So it was like I went through everything by myself. Once you go through stuff by yourself, you don't need nobody.
Right.
So I'm not about to keep on putting on and like
me.
It's my life. Like, I've lived it. Once I've been through, you go through that isolation period by yourself. And it's like really depending on what you believe in, but it was me and God. That's all I had was me and God the whole time. So after that, I'm not going to keep on putting myself to the side to help everybody else. When I was by myself, I had to go through that shit by myself, get out of it by myself, pick myself up by myself. So now that I've done all of that shit, I'm not about to put me to the side when I was the only person there for me. So yeah, it was after that situation.
You drag you out that dark ass hole.
What?
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm saying even if you are like that, I think it's good to let other people lend you a hand so you won't have to struggle so hard. I'm saying there's times where you have to do that by yourself. But
people gotta want to help you too, though.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't want to. They didn't want to. It wasn't that I wouldn't let it. Yeah, they didn't. They got, like, I had, like, one friend I could talk to about the stuff. Eventually, she got tired of hearing about the shit. And I could feel it. So it was like, all right, let me stop fucking telling you about it. Let me talk to you about happy shit all the time. And I just go through my bad shit by myself. And I had to do that. My best friend, now when we talk about stuff, he be like, oh, well, I didn't want to do it because you was around him and da-da-da. And it's like, I was around him. You knew what I was going through, but you didn't want to be around. So now I carry that however I carry it. Every relationship, I carry it how I carry it. So now when people go through stuff, not to say I ain't going to be there for you and I'm going to change me. I'm going to be there for you as much as I can. But am I going to break my back to be there for you? No, because I had to break my back for me.
Okay, it's another quote. I walked away because you were too busy finding faults in me while I was too busy overlooking yours.
Finding faults. Ooh, that was good.
Talk about it.
Man. Hey, you hit the nail on the head with that one. So, I can speak on that. And in my previous relationships, I've always looked past everybody's flaws. Like, I'm not the person to look for anybody because of their looks. You know, the looks are a plus, you know, but what type of person are you? You know, can I deal with this?
Can I be happy?
Yeah, can I deal with your flaws, you know, for this amount of time, for the rest of my life, if we looking at being with each other for a long term. I've always, everybody that I've been with, I've always looked past all their bullshit. Accepted them for everything, as long as they were able to be grown up about it and, you know, acknowledge that they did wrong. You get what I'm saying? Or that they fucked up in the area. And even though I did that, when it came down to my bullshit or something that I fucked up on, oh, they holding that over your head for the longest.
Because you
never letting it go.
You the perfect one. Found that one flaw.
Man, what? Find one thing, it's over with. And it's just like people being in a relationship, and you know, you typically in a male and female relationship, you have women that'll stick by their men. And I'm only saying this from experience, not for me, but for my friends and for my mom, like people that I know have gone through this. You have women that'll stick by their men's side to everything, and then one mistake a woman make, oh damn, this fucked up. You a hoe. You this, you that. Oh, you cut off.
Oh yeah, they go crazy. What?
I ain't like that.
He said, I ain't like
I
that.
was waiting for your feedback.
I mean, everybody
I mean,
ain't like
people
that.
make mistakes, but I mean, it just shouldn't keep happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if I'm dealing with a girl and I know she got a past, she might still be fucking around. But you know what I'm saying? You could do that for a minute, but then there's a point you got to be like, I'm locked in. You seen I'm solid, so all this shit should be cut off. So I give you a little leeway at first, yeah.
That's decent.
But some women, they be like, fuck that. They gonna keep taking dick, nigga, until you just get
And I think that goes along with that whole, the fear thing that you be saying.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even, he giving me time to fix this shit. It's like, oh, he pussy. He ain't worried about this. So I'm gonna keep on playing. But that's wild. I ain't never met nobody that's like, oh yeah, go ahead and handle that shit.
Yeah.
I know some player niggas like that. Like, nah, go ahead and handle that shit. You finish that shit out and then.
Cause you gotta vet me out too to see all the way what you might do. You know what you might be. Yeah. So,
yeah,
don't look at it like that.
That's grown folk music.
Okay.
You what?
That's grown folk music.
Okay. Something you let slide that you shouldn't have.
Man, I let a lot of stuff slide that I shouldn't. I think, anytime you want something long term with somebody, or you have like your future already set up with somebody, like in your head. I don't want to make it seem delusional, but when you already have things planned out with a certain person in your head, it's a lot of things. For me, I can say for me, I'm letting so much stuff slide because I have already set in my mind what my future's supposed to be like with this person. And so that does, a lot of times that does more damage than good, because a lot of things we're not just supposed to accept. And relationships are tough, true enough. But some things are just not acceptable. Some shit just not acceptable. And you can't always, it's just like ignoring your own feelings, ignoring yourself, ignoring how you feel once you just keep letting shit roll over your shoulders. And shit ain't good for you, especially for your mental health. It's not good because after a while you keep doing that you're putting yourself down. You start to lose self-respect at that point. If you keep allowing so much stuff to keep going on and going on, you just, sweeping under the rug and just like, it's all right. I'm gonna avoid it. We're gonna avoid this conversation because I want a future with this person. No, you only showing that person, okay, I can keep doing this to her and she ain't gonna trip.
Yeah, you ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah. Like that grace period.
Well, it ain't long. It's like a couple months or something.
I know. I'm just saying, like them bitches that won't stop doing the shit. It's like that grace period.
Okay. Most disrespectful thing you said out of anger, and the most disrespectful, disrespectful thing you said. Yeah, I'm fucking a hoe. Yeah, the most disrespectful thing that was said out of anger to you. I wrote it different. Like
to me or something I said to them?
Both, yeah.
Oh, man. So, this girl I used to deal with, right? She had a heart problem, right?
Oh, shit.
And she was so, when I tell you the top of the mountain disrespectful, did not care what came out her mouth. I would tell her in a disrespectful way. I would be like, you better calm the fuck down before your heart blow up on your face or it stop beating. And I got so angry. And I'm not that type of person to say stuff like that because I know how, especially with somebody who's holding stuff like that, angry at the world because they're dealing with stuff like that. And that's how she was. And I would say that just to get a reaction out of her because you saying everything you can to hurt me. And I'm trying to see. She told me something like, okay, so for instance, I ain't ashamed about nothing. When I first moved here, I was sleeping in my car for about a week, 2 weeks. I went and stayed in a hotel for a while. I was, conserving my money. So, we got into it real bad. She was somebody I confided in about like all my previous experience, like with my parents, like how my mom, like my relationship with my mom, my sister. And she used all that against me and threw it in my face. And was like, this like your mama don't fuck with you. And your sister, she ain't this, she ain't that. She ain't even want to come help you to do this. And you can go back to sleeping in your motherfucking car. I don't care. Like, stuff like that. And I was just like, all right. Mm-hmm. I was like, I advise you to pipe down a little bit because you don't want your heart to stop on your ass. And who's going to save you? The same motherfucker you just here disrespecting me, right? Okay.
It sounds like something I would say. These motherfuckers do. The person who going through the worst shit, they got the most to say and they want to be the most disrespectful. Like,
yeah.
So.
And then expect you to be nice when it come down to it. Because if I gotta, what I'm gonna do? If your heart stop beating right now, you gonna be looking for me to help you, right? So why you gonna disrespect me? I'm gonna have to be the one to sit here and give you CPR.
She gonna still talk shit, ain't she?
Man, probably. And she was just like, man, fuck that. I ain't got shit to lose. Okay. All right. Say less. And it was even crazier. We actually fought one day. And it's gonna sound so crazy when I say this. But I had her in this wrestling move. She was laying on top of me. I was on the floor, and I had my legs crossed over, both of her legs and one of her arms. So the other arm was tucked behind my back. So I had her in the chokehold, and I was like, if you don't chill out, I'm gonna have to, choke you out. She started panicking. She's like, I got a bad heart. Da, 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 da. I was like, oh, now you want to think about that.
Right.
You would think about that before you swung on me.
No, you're right.
So this was a friend or like?
No, girl, she was dealing with.
Oh, somebody was
My
dating.
ex-fiance.
Oh, she dead now?
No.
She said she had her ass in the wrestling.
You said somebody had a heart problem, right?
Yeah.
She ain't dead, but she has a heart problem.
Okay.
So she was scared.
She was scared when I told her I was gonna choke her ass out. She started
my shit
acting
ain't gonna
up.
stop back there.
You would think like a person.
That ain't even funny, but
like people who had like some type of issue or like they deformed or they got something wrong with them.
Yeah.
They say they used to be like the most faithful people because they just try to hold on to like people.
They the most disrespectful. The most disrespectful.
Excuse me. I can't say that. I've never said.
You never dated nobody deformed or something?
Oh,
I mean, I've dated somebody with
that's like kind of deformed.
With a disability.
Yeah,
I did. I took like my ex. He couldn't have kids and stuff, and I never.
That's not a disability.
That is a disability. That's another like.
That's nothing compared to congestive heart failure.
Yes, it is. It's like that's somebody they hate that shit. Like a man want to reproduce. So that shit really fucked him up about not being able to have kids. And but I've never said nothing. No matter how bad he disrespect me, like he disrespect me, put his hands on me and all of that
that's
shit.
Why you can't have
never
kids.
said nothing like that. Yeah, I never said it. I never said it.
A bitch said that to me though.
And you can, yeah. Like,
but she said it because I didn't have none.
Nah, he couldn't have none. But I've never, nobody. I ain't never just come back at him with some rude, like some fucked up things out my mouth. I think about shit every time, even if I feel disrespected.
They'll stop doing it though. If you,
The only thing I seen stop getting done. I don't know. I don't think I ever seen something start getting done. Like after I retaliated and did it back, I ain't never seen nothing stop getting done.
It just get worse.
Like that was one of my fears. Like with the domestic violence is like, alright, this a man. If I fucking swing on him, he gonna swing back on me. But eventually, my brother had to tell me. He was like, "What the fuck, you scared of him or something?" And I was like, "I ain't say nothing." He was like, "What you think, he gonna kill you? That nigga not gonna kill you." He said that to me, and I was like, "Okay." So then I started fighting back, and he would every once in a while he would like chill out. He never just fight me every day or nothing like that. Yeah. But it was like a shock when I started fighting back. I'm like, fuck it. But I got like 7 brothers, so they know I can fight. But I just ain't never want to take it that way with a man. But the first time he put his hands on me, it was a bottle right there on the damn windowsill, and I was like, don't go to jail, don't kill a nigga, like you got stuff to do. I was just
thinking about shit like that.
Like I really just kept thinking, if I stay with this man, I'm gonna end up in jail or dead. But I was thinking
about
jail.
Not going to jail if he was beating on you.
It depends.
But you gotta think about it. It'll be her word against
whomever.
Yeah.
And in Georgia,
especially if she fuck around and kill his ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Like somebody gotta say,
they have to say, okay, yeah, they have to prove that.
And I gotta go to court. I gotta get locked up.
I'm not gonna be in jail until they figure that shit out.
I'm saying, I guess you would have to like, it's evidence that he was doing it. Like if you post your pictures private on Instagram or something, to where like
it wasn't I ain't had no black eyes or nothing like that. He never like do it that crazy.
So he was hitting you correctly then.
Like he had fucking. I'm trying to think like. One time he had me like on the ground, held down and shit like that, or he slapped me one time. I ain't had no marks from that. Only I had like scratches and shit.
What he slapped you for?
Once, the first time he hit me, I can't remember. I said something he ain't like though, but I remember I was sitting on a bed, I think, and I said something he ain't like that was disrespectful, and he just backhanded my ass. And then he called me in the same room one time. He did something to me. He was like intimidating. He used to always intimidate me in the bathroom. That was my one safe space. It's like in the bathroom. Just I go in the shower, separate myself. But I was sitting on the toilet, and he acted like he was doing something to me right at the door. The toilet right here, the door right here. And he did something at the door, and I act like I was going like stab. I ain't had shit in my hands, but I'm like, nigga. And he had been stabbed before, and so just like that, he fucking hit my trigger. Yeah, and he act like he didn't remember. I don't know if he remembered or not, but he was like, I ain't fucking hit you, and I was like, yes, you did. And he like, I don't remember hitting you.
You know, sometimes people act out of rage and they don't remember. Because one of my exes pulled a gun out on me and do not remember.
Hell no.
She do not remember.
Oh, girl did it?
Yeah.
Stop dating me, because that's
hell no.
That's crazy. You just
niggas are shooting women every day because they don't want to be with them, give them their phone. I swear, since I've been out here in Atlanta, I ain't not never gave no dude my phone number because they out here really killing women for not, you know, giving them their phone number. I be like, yep, just my number, block their ass as soon as I'm gone.
Oh yeah, people are everywhere crazy.
But you gotta think about coming from a little small town where everybody know everybody. I ain't used to that.
Yeah, you just hit a rumor. You like, fuck this shit. Here you go. Here's my card.
Yeah. You can have it all. It's materialistic. I can go get it back.
Okay.
So I'm saying y'all not really a good judge of character, like when you have like a conversation with them, like off top, like.
That's the only person I ever dealt with like that. But they lie. Narcissists are really good characters. Like
they can be good people, you know.
And that too.
They can be good people, but they do things to hold up. They always have this thing about being able to control. At any point in time that they'll do something for you, they use that as a form of control to make you feel like you owe them because they did so much.
I'm saying, so you consider a narcissist a good person, though?
My ex would do everything. That man would wipe my ass. Like, yeah. He would do anything.
But he was just a narcissist.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's just like saying, like a guy good, but he rape babies, but he good to.
That's not the same thing.
That's still evil. That's evil. To me, that's evil.
Yeah, that's evil as fuck. Narcissism is evil too, but with the they be good ass people sometimes. Mine was a really good person. When I met him, nice as hell. It was when that temper came that I had to deal with shit. Outside of that, any and everything, it was done. He would cook for me. He wasn't really doing too much shit, so I was the nigga. I go out and work and shit. I come home, the house clean, and pets is fine, and the dinner is cooked. It would be set, bed made, like everything would just be perfect. I ain't have to do nothing. But when that anger came out, it came out crazy.
He was mad because he was doing all that shit.
He didn't mind. He wasn't like that.
I'm saying he probably was inside, but he still played like.
No, like we was kind of like the same kind of person. Like as long as the money coming in and everybody comfortable, everybody.
Maybe he wasn't even a narcissist. Maybe he just had like some slight anger issues.
He had mad anger issues, and he was a narcissist. And he'd be like, "I'm nice to you for 3 months," and then after 3 months.
Oh yeah, that's that gaslighting shit. Okay.
And then it's bad. You want to focus on the bad. It's like. Yeah. You don't think within this 3 months I get mad at you too? That don't mean that after 3 months you call me a bitch and you put your hands on. Yeah. Nah, that nigga's crazy.
I think they could be good people. You know, they have certain ways about going about things. They have a mindset for like, okay, I do something for you, you gotta return the favor. I can't just do it for you genuinely and it just be from the goodness of my heart. I'm gonna be expecting for something in return, even if I don't tell you that I'm looking for something in return. Then if you don't give them what they're looking for in return, it turns into anger because they feel like they've done so much with nothing in return. They don't really know how to do things out of kindness. They do it because they're always looking for something in return.
You think the majority of people do that?
Want something in return?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people want things in return. But they're able to handle their emotions if it doesn't go that way.
Yep.
That's the difference.
With narcissists, they get disrespectful.
He done something, you want something in return?
Being considerate. Anytime I'm being considerate. because I don't like caring. I don't like caring about people. I done everything on my own, by myself. So when I gotta consider your feelings and like move accordingly for you, I need to know that you're recognizing, one, that I'm doing this, and that you're gonna do the same thing for me. Don't disregard my feelings and the way that I think and stuff if I'm going out of my way to consider you, because I could just sit here and live my life and not give a fuck about none of that.
I'll be nonchalant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess the worst hater move done to you.
Hater?
Yeah.
Oh man. So check this out. I don't know if it was a hater or if it was because she secretly wanted me or my ex at the time or my ex best friend, right? She intentionally would go and tell my ex fiance stuff to break us up. Mind you, this was the second time she had done this. My first fiance and my second fiance. I was engaged twice.
She wanted you. No, I'm thinking about the bitch. Like,
she wanted
you.
I don't know. I feel like it was some kind of like hate and shit, because eventually she told me to my face, I'm envious of you and I'm jealous of you. And I said, why? I said, you got more than me right now. I said, you're doing good. I said, I'm still, in the process of trying to figure out who the fuck I am and what I even want to do it like right now. And she was just like, well, you're so skinny and people like you. You're funny. You have a good personality. I'm fat, and people don't really like me like that. And I was just like, cause you gotta get out your comfort zone. You gotta be able to not care about what people think about you. If you want to have a personality. And she told me that to my face, and I just took that shit like a slap on the wrist, like, she just fucking with me, just talking shit. A month later, she would go and tell my ex so much stuff, like, just to get her to break up with me. Just for the hell of it. And she was like, go get your shit, she don't desire you. But she was just in the car telling her all these things to get her mad at me. So now we're arguing, and you're telling me, go get your shit and just come stay in my house. Go get your shit, just come stay in my house. So I don't know if it was just some hating shit, because she didn't want to see me happy, and she knew that my ex at the time was literally doing everything for me.
This is the first one, or the second?
No, my second one. Okay. The second one. So I don't know. I don't know if it was because she never had anybody to literally do everything for her, because she was always the person doing everything for everybody else, or if it was because she actually wanted me.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't really know if I've ever really had somebody actually hate on me. If they hate on me, I don't know about it, because I don't really associate myself with people. I'm really to myself.
That was a good hater right there. Either way, like.
Okay, have you ever experienced a good toxic?
Honestly, I think I've experienced nothing but bad toxic.
Okay.
Because every toxic situation I've been in has been nothing but disrespect on top of disrespect. And it got even worse with, like, when it came down to physical, when people putting their hands on you. So I don't think I've actually experienced like good toxic yet. I think it'll probably be coming soon, because I feel like it's time for some good karma for me.
Not good toxic though, just good.
But
Oh, you like it, okay.
No, I'm saying good toxic could be just, all good. It could just be, a little bit of, I ain't gonna say heartbreak, but, a few scares here and there. But nothing that really actually...
A thrill.
Yeah, just something a little adventurous. Just a little thrilling.
Yeah.
Hell no. I would consider that bad toxic. Or...
So, entertaining people.
But they just don't have sex. That's a little scary to you, I guess.
I guess that would kind of be like a thrill.
Put a little fight in you.
Yeah, it'll put a little fire up under my ass.
Okay.
Does it matter if the person look better than you? Like if you get like a bad bitch and you feel like she look better.
There's always somebody out here that look better than me. I'm just one of those type of person. I can't get mad about nobody that look better than me. Why would I be mad about you finding somebody else that look better than me?
That's perspective then.
Yeah. Just like we all ugly to somebody.
Yes.
So, no.
Okay, have y'all ever dated somebody who had this dominant personality with you, but when they with their friends, they act scary and won't really speak up for themselves? They'll cuss you out or try to talk back, but then when you like pay attention to them when they're around their friends, they don't act like that at all. But they have all this aggression like in their relationship.
No, I've never experienced that, but I would think people that are like that, they probably just don't like the person that they're with. I would think that, because I've been in a place where I was with somebody and I liked her, I loved her, but she had pushed me so far away from like not wanting to be with her. Like I was being mean to her, but you know, with my friends, I was all cool, chill, not really tripping about that, you know, cool, calm, collected. But every time I was with her, I was mean to her because she was so overbearing. She just did the most. So I would suspect that would probably be, if anything, that would probably be why.
Is insecurity a turn off?
It's definitely a turn off. I don't want nobody that's insecure. First of all, if I'm with somebody and you trust me enough, I don't want you to have to be calling my phone, checking my location, asking me where I'm at every 5 minutes. You get what I'm saying? That just goes to show me like you can't trust me, and you're obviously dealing with some inner insecurities that you have not, you know, had under control or secured yet. And I don't want nobody that's gonna be insecure. Just like in the lesbian world, quote unquote, like you could be with a stud. Like for me, I'm considered a femme, right? Girly girl. You could be with a stud and they can see you talk to another stud, you know, on some friendly shit, and all of a sudden they mad, ready to fight. No, what you doing all that for? That's just insecure. Yeah. You know? What you worried about somebody else taking me? Yeah. If that's the case, I ain't yours.
Right.
I'm saying, what's the point of liking a stud? I don't understand.
Me personally, that's not really my thing. You know, I like dominant women. Okay, I don't like a woman that wants to be a man, because if that was the case, I might as well just get me a man. And that's not my thing. Like, I don't like women that cut all their hair off. Like, you know how like studs that cut all their hair off. I don't like that. I don't like that. I like my women to be pretty. Like, you can have that dominant trait, but still, where your hair at? I don't want to take it around my people. Well, my daddy, he funny. So my daddy, he'll be like, what the fuck is this? That nigga has no filter. He was like, you done brought a boy up in here, ain't it? You know, just joking. Yeah. He's like, my daddy funny. I can't take you around my daddy. He gonna joke, like he gonna joke your ass all night. And I can't. I ain't gonna even let you do that to yourself. Okay. And even if you think about cutting your hair, I don't want no woman to look like no man. I don't care about you dressing in man clothes or, you know, having a dominant, you know, moving in like a dominant, in a dominant way. But as far as like, you know how they say how some women think they men, they walk around with their dicks on and like, I don't know.
That what they dicks on.
It's a no for me.
Okay.
This girl came to the club like they in drawers with the strap, like you can see the strap on inside the drawers.
Hell nah.
You fucking lying.
I ain't lying.
What?
Yeah.
That's
she had like a white beater, the drawers, and the strap on.
That's just disgusting.
Like boxers?
Yeah.
Hell no. Them the type of women that they call dykes, and that's not even a word that I even like to say. But they would be considered the dykes because it's why?
Is dyke derogatory?
In a sense, yes, but it's in the way that you put it. I feel like it will only be valid for the type of women that he's discussing right now. Because anybody else like me, if somebody called me a dyke, like my mama called me a dyke, that shit, I was like, oh, you ready to fight?
For real?
Girl, I do not like that word. And so many people don't like it. It's just like gay men don't like being called faggots or sissies. You get what I'm saying?
Sissy don't sound derogatory.
It
sounds nice, actually.
I guess it means like you demasculated.
I don't know. I can't really explain it,
but yeah. I mean, I get it. But I don't know. I got like, my mom had a friend. My mom always had gay men friends. And one of them was Faggy Sean. That's what they called him, Faggy Sean. He had no problem with it. It was Faggy Sean. Like, that's who it was.
I don't know why.
Or dykes, like. Like, I'm thinking about, like, having gay friends. And, like, I got friends, like, you big dyke. Like, you know, like, it's not it ain't never.
I be joking around, like, with some people that I fuck with. Yeah, like, I ain't tripping, but, like.
A random person.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, that word is just so. I don't know, like.
What does it mean? So, what does the meaning is to you, like, when somebody say dyke?
I don't know. I feel like it in a sense. I feel like you're degrading me by saying that instead of just calling me a lesbian woman or a gay woman.
So lesbian and gay are nicer.
I would prefer that. Yes. Mm-hmm. I would definitely prefer
let's
be a little bit more professional.
Okay. We gotta be professional.
A little bit more professional for me, please.
Okay, so do you want kids?
Yes and no. I don't want kids, but then again, I do. But I don't want to have them myself. You want to know something? I thought about it, and I even thought about like the artificial insemination. Like once I'm married, or I even wanted to just adopt because I feel like there's just too many kids out here without parents, and there's too many kids out here that don't experience like love from even like a mother figure or a father figure. And it's just I'm anybody, y'all can ask anybody that know me, that you can ask them, what's Tiara's favorite thing in the world? Love is my favorite thing in the world. And that would be my sole purpose for adopting. Why would I bring another child to this world when there's so many kids out here that don't even get to experience what love is like?
Fuck them kids. I want to see another me walking around these bitches. Like, that's how.
So yes and no. I want one, but not really. I ain't pressed to have no kids. Once I got a couple more years for them, about 35. So, you know, once I hit 32, if I ain't had no kids, adoption is probably my next option. If I'm 32 and I ain't married yet, adoption will probably be my option. 1 or 2.
Okay. Something you had a hard time accepting.
Oh, that is really just me in this world by myself and nobody else. I had to accept that at a young age because I've always like found myself in situations where I needed people, and the people that were supposed to be there were never there. I.e., my mother, my father, my sister, or people that I could really just count on, whatever, never there. So to this day, I don't expect, you know, I had high expectations as a child. You know, even from me being molested, I had high expectations, you know, and I realized that setting those expectations only fucked me up in the end. You know what I'm saying? It's always just me. So that was something that like even to this day, like right now, I'm still in the process of learning to accept it. Like, ain't nobody gonna do you better than you, Tiara. Can't nobody take care of you. If you needed somebody to come save you, can't nobody come save you. The people that you expecting to come save you ain't gonna come save you.
My parents make me believe different, even though I haven't found it. But when I see them together, I know it's that shit possible. So I'm just be like, oh, I'm by myself. So I know it's out there. It's hard to find.
But like, I mean, you should expect, like, you should have those expectations from your family, though. From family, like, especially like the people who raised you, your mother, your father. I don't have them expectations. Because when I needed my mother and my father, they was nowhere to be found. There was a point in my life where I was homeless and I ain't had no food, no money, no nothing. And I called my mom. I knew for a fact she had the money. I just called and asked her for $20 so I can get me like some bread, you know, and ham and turkey or whatever until I got some little money, you know, through the end of the week. Oh, I ain't got it. Click.
You come from a different breed of motherfucker.
She started treating me like that after she found out I was gay.
Oh, okay.
It's always a reason.
Yeah. But, you know, you want to know something? I always, even growing up before my mom, I think she probably have always known. But as a child growing up, I always felt like I was an outsider in my own home. I felt like the stepchild. Always. So
I can relate to that. But I forgot. Like, I don't remember it once in a while, some weird shit. I'm like, oh, yeah, them niggas didn't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I forgot a lot of bad shit that I've been through until something happened to remind me. I'm like, oh, shit, that did happen.
Yeah.
No,
that shit's kind of traumatic for me, so I think about it a lot, you know? And it's just like, damn. Like, my oldest sister, me and my oldest sister have the same mom and dad. My other two sisters, we just have the same dad. And so it was me and my sister, my oldest sister in the household, and it was like she was the prize. You get what I'm saying? I was just like the ugly stepchild that, you know, that didn't get no type of TV time. And, you know, it kind of fucked me up. I felt like it made me feel like I was a stepchild of the family, and I felt like I didn't have a place. But yeah, that's something I'm still in the process of learning to accept. Like, it's gonna always be me against the world. And I'm starting to be okay with it. I'm
saying once you manifest to where like God could bring you somebody instead of just saying this shit ain't possible.
Like I said, I would want my family to be that. That's something I haven't prayed on that for so long.
I'm saying you just gotta say that shit dead. God send me somebody that gonna show you another way instead of saying that shit ain't possible. Because whatever you think is gonna happen.
I don't think it's possible, but I'm right now I'm in that process of accepting, just in case it never happens. I can accept that, because what if somebody comes along and then boom, they go, they can't do nothing for me, they can't help me out, they can't, you get what I'm saying, they can't be there for me. I'm gonna still have to rely on me at the end of the day if they come in and go.
You practice manifesting?
It's something that I do often, actually. I do it while I meditate. I'm a firm believer in meditation. It's something that I've been into for a while, actually.
Jesus taught meditation. I learned that recently. No, they don't tell us that in the Bible.
There's a lot of stuff in the Bible they don't tell us.
You think he real?
Yeah, smash stories about that man. They told him, but they took it out the Bible.
So you think the devil real?
It's gonna get deep if we go
there.
Hey,
yeah, that's a deep conversation right there.
The devil ain't real.
The devil was never even described as a person, like, initially in the Bible. Like, even when we talk about the serpent was the serpent. They didn't say the devil. It was later on when people started making their own, like, I guess, rules to the game, basically. But initially, it was more so like a good and bad type thing. But Jesus taught meditation, and he taught that the temple is inside of you, and that basically heaven is going inside of you and getting to the spirit that's in this body. The body part is the devil, basically. So when they be like, starve the flesh, right? When you starve the flesh, you starving the devil. So the spirit in you knows, it's basically your spirit versus your body type shit. And your spirit is how you get to the frequencies and talking to God in higher places. So you see, like, people meditating for years, right? They'll never move. They just be in the same place, but they're not in the same place. Their spirit is going in places.
Their consciousness.
Yeah, their consciousness, exactly.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I'm not gonna say I don't believe in God, but I believe that God is within us. You get what I'm saying? And I don't feel like there's an actual body form, like how they try to make it. Like, I don't look at it like that. I feel like God is within us, and it's up to us to decide, do we want to be good or evil, God or the devil. You know what I'm saying? And that's a conscious decision that we have to make. So when it comes to heaven and hell, I feel like that's our conscious. That's where we decide where we want to go. Even if they say in the Bible, okay, well, this is what's going to take you to hell, this is what we're going to take you to heaven. Me personally, I don't even look at it like that, because people could have a heart of gold, and it's crazy because I actually had a spiritual awakening when I moved here.
Nice.
When I moved here. And that's what woke me up in the middle of the night to pack up all my shit. Something just told me, Tiara, it's time to go. I was just like, damn. Like, right now? Like, I just laid down and got comfortable. But the atmosphere was so uncomfortable for me, I had to get up and leave. And so when I came here, I was just like, I was saying stuff aloud, but it wasn't my own thoughts. You get what I'm saying? I knew that it wasn't coming from me. It was my higher conscience, i.e. God, or whichever you will want to consider. And when I was saying these things, it was like, you need to go on a 7-day fast. Like, you need to detox your body of this, that, and that. And so my first 7 days here, I ate no meat. And I disregarded that at first. You get what I'm saying? And this is what happened to me. I went and got some chicken wings. I was so ready to eat some chicken wings. And when I tell you, the craziest thing, the first 7 days that I spent here it was crazy wild, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. It was crazy wild. So, after my higher conscience had already said, or God had already told me, okay, you don't need to eat meat. You don't need to do this. You need to cleanse your body of all the things that you're leaving behind. I'm like, okay. I was like, shit, I'm hungry. And I was just like, I don't think I can do this shit. Like, I ain't got no money to be eating perfect like that right now. Like, let me just go give me some wings. Mind you, I go to the wing spot, and the lady seemed a little distraught. Like, you know, she been going through a lot. And that's when I learned about the transfer of energy. When I tell you, the whole time I was ordering my food, I never actually paid attention to her actual face. I paid attention to her figure, because that's all I was seeing at the time, but I couldn't see her face. After I ordered my food, I went back and got my food, and I actually looked at her face. She looked like she had been beaten. And when I started eating, I started feeling the transfer of energy that she was feeling. It made me so sick. Mind you, just the day before, I was eating chicken wings. So I know ain't nothing happened to me that fast. I learned the transfer of energy just that fast, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy. And it had me sick for days, and I was just like, okay, Tierra, if your higher consciousness is telling you this for a reason, you need to be listening and understanding and going and doing what they're telling you to do. Because it's obviously a reason why you're doing this. So I found a solution. I started buying, I don't know if y'all ever heard of those naked juices. They like made out of pure like vegetables and fruits. 2 or 3 times a day. That's all I was drinking. That's it. For 7 days straight. And when I tell you, I felt the best. And I keep telling myself now I need to go back to that for a while, because I can feel the changes in my body once I start back eating the shit that they had already told me not to eat. Once you get here, you need to live a different lifestyle. You need to eat different. You need to, detox your body of those negative things. And now, right now, I've gotten greedy again. I'm ready to start back eating, eat what I like. And I can tell the difference. And I don't know if y'all believe in it, but I'm a firm believer in what you eat can stop you from getting or connecting to your higher self.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that. So I had some crazy shit that happened to me, y'all.
Like what? I'll be ready for these stuff. So I'll be witnessing that shit.
When I came here, right, this guy came with me. I actually liked him a little bit. The first guy I actually liked even a little bit. And what's even crazier, the night before I left, something happened, but he was dealing with that's when I learned that I'm a healer in a sense. And he was going through something, but all I knew is what the God within me was telling me to do. And I just took him and I held his hands, and I started saying things that I knew weren't coming from me. I was confused in a sense, and I was just like, this is not coming from me. And next thing you know, like, he was like in tears, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Tell me that I got a gift that I ain't know about, And when we got here, he like I said, I liked him just a little bit, and he was just like, okay, well, we're gonna go stay at my sister's house for a little bit. I was like, okay, cool. And his sister is not actually his real sister, it's his play sister, but she was so deeply in love with him. The girl was trying to do black magic on me, and she was doing different spells. And I knew, because before I left, I had started studying Wicca. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's a form of witchcraft. Not in like a negative sense, but I started studying it to understand it, to learn it. That's just me. I started studying the Bible to understand it and to learn it. That's me. If somebody's telling me about something, I'm gonna have to learn my own way. You can't make me believe something and I have not already studied, been here, and experienced it already. So I noticed one day we were there, the first night we got there. If y'all have ever experienced the feeling of negative spirits around you, it's so traumatizing to like your body. Like, it makes your body vibrate on a different level. You could feel the negativity in your body.
Just drop.
Yes. And that's how it was. You could tell. And she had left us there and was like, y'all can go in this room right here. Go sleep in this room. This room is where she was doing her work, where she was summoning things. And I just kept, every time I would lay down, someone was just like, Tierra, get the fuck up. Do not fall asleep in this room. Whatever you do not fall asleep in here. And I was just like, I'm not comfortable. I feel so much negative energy around me. Every time I would get close to the door handle, before I even went in the room, I could feel it. And I was just like, yeah, something ain't right. So I came out the room. I felt so much better when I came out the room. And I just sit on the couch. And I looked down. She had a leash. She ain't got no dog. A chain and a leash inside of his shoes. You know what that was for? To keep him from leaving. You ain't got no dog, sis. What a dog is? What you doing with a leash?
What the hell?
When I tell y'all, it's so crazy. So, she came back, but when she came back is what she wasn't expecting. I cleansed her whole house of everything, negative, good. I don't care what it was, but I neutralized the whole place. She was mad as hell when she walked in. Whatever she had been doing in their room, summoning, I let them all out. And she was mad as hell. And when she came in, she could tell. She knew the energy when she walked in, because you know your own energy and when somebody else's energy shifts something in a room. Just like if you were to walk out and we were both mad in here, when you walk into this room, your energy would shift. You could tell immediately.
You could feel it,
And she came in, and you should have seen the look on her face. And I was already saying, I was like, my car is my safe haven. My car is my safe haven. And I was wondering why my higher self or God was telling me your car is your safe haven, because everywhere I had went, it wasn't safe. So my car, that was the whole purpose of me sleeping in my car. That was why God was making me sleep in my car, because nowhere was safe for me at the time. And when she came in, it was like, it's so funny because I used to be scared to tell this story, and it used to shake me up so bad, but it doesn't anymore because I experienced that and I learned it and I know now. And when she came in, there was a lamp sitting on the floor. It was a floor lamp because she had no light. She had no light bulbs in her ceiling light. Why? What would be the purpose of having a floor lamp but taking all the light bulbs out of the ceiling? It didn't make sense to me. So she was like, oh, y'all had a good time. Well, I'm back. I was like, okay. And I already knew something wasn't right. I felt in my spirit that something wasn't right. And something just kept telling me, like, we just need to go. Like, there's no need to be in here. She walked over to the lamp and oops, I dropped my keys and unplugs the lamp. And she walks and opens the door that she thought that she still had her summoning spirits or whatever she was doing. I don't even know if that was even the case, but whatever she was, it was so negative. And she opened the door and she realized there was nothing there. So next thing I realized was she was doing something to herself as well, because she walked back over to the lamp and her body just kept hunching over like something was trying to come out of her, and it wouldn't come out because I had to neutralize the space so well it couldn't flourish like it needed to, because the energy in that house wasn't negative anymore. And so she just eventually plugged the light back up and was like, oh, we finna go. She was like, oh, where y'all going? When I tell you, I got in that car, whatever she was doing to me, she was trying to, I don't know if she was trying to summon something through me, talk through me, or what. But something just kept telling me, Tiara, do not go to sleep tonight. Do not go to sleep tonight. Like, you have to stay up. And I fell asleep in the car. But when I fell asleep, the guy that I was with, he was still awake. He was just making sure I was okay, because I told him I felt so drained. Like, it had drained me so bad. And he was like, just don't go to sleep. And I was just like, something keep telling me not to go to sleep. I was so tired and exhausted. Mind you, I had to finish just driving 6 hours at 3 o'clock in the morning and hadn't went all day with no sleep. So I was exhausted and I woke up. But when I fell asleep, I fell asleep and something woke me up. And what woke me up is it felt like a voice box right here in my throat that was talking through me. And I heard words, but my mouth was not moving. And I woke up, it scared the literal shit out of me. I said, this girl is doing some type of black magic on me. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Mind you, I told you I was already studying, Wicca and how it worked. So I knew right away. And I was just like, I can't go back to sleep. If I go back to sleep, she won't have complete control over me.
Hell no.
Man, when I tell you, people ain't ready for no spiritual awakening. Because you experience some unbelievable shit. And I used to think shit like that was just so fake. Like, people be pretending until it happened to me. And I was just like, you know what? This is some real shit.
Nah,
that shit really be happening.
You ain't ever witnessed no miracles or nothing?
Miracle?
Or something? I don't know. I don't think miracles be anything crazy like how we think it is. It's just stuff that is uncommon or unlikely, like filling a fucking voice box in your throat or something.
Yeah. Or words just start coming out your mouth, and consciously you're knowing you're not saying these words, but they're coming out. Like, your mouth is moving, your flesh is moving, but you're not thinking of these words to come out. They're just coming out.
Or somebody say something to you that it's like, how the fuck they saying that to me? And it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I mean, I just be feeling like sometimes if somebody say something out the way, I feel like God talking to me. Like that day I got into it with Nietzsche. Pete Weezy was like, he said, are you good? Do you want me to stay here? That was so odd. I felt like God was talking to me like something was about to happen. So stuff like that, but not no miracles.
That makes sense. That's why. Like, it's just
sometimes be the same thing. Yeah.
It's just, like you said, like, you knew it wasn't Pete Weezy.
That shit threw me
that
way
wasn't
out.
something he would do.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess, go ahead, Kay, your last word.
Is there anything that our audience needs to know about you that we haven't touched on?
Needs to know about me? What do they need to know?
Everything.
I'm me. I'm a lover. I love everybody.
Just not me.
Okay. Huh?
Just not men, right?
I'm not mean. No,
I said
not
just
men.
not men.
Oh yeah, not men. No, for real. I love everybody, men, women included. You know, and just be looking out for me. That's all I can say.
Where?
Just be looking out for me.
All right, we watching.
For real.
Okay.
A lot of stuff coming out of here.
Okay.
Them demons and all.
Okay. I was like, just no demons.
No, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Working. Good stuff.
Okay. Literally, it's no pressure. We're gonna see y'all next week, and we out.